Welcome to today's lesson on evaluating expressions with all four operations. Today we're going to be discussing order of operations using all four operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's go ahead and get started. We are going to begin today using the expression on the screen below. Now, in order to evaluate an expression, you need to understand the order of operations. Now, order of operations will tell you which order you need to complete each operation to successfully evaluate the expression. So our first step when we're trying to solve this expression is finding out the value in the parentheses. You always want to use the parentheses first. So as you can see, we have it color-coded. I have P for parentheses in red, and I have my parentheses highlighted in red. So we're going to conduct the operation inside of our parentheses. 9 minus 8 equals 1. So now I'm going to go through and rewrite this expression so that I stay organized. So we have 6 plus 5 plus 1 times 8. All right, now that I've gone through and I've rewritten our expression, I can then go to our next step in order of operations. Now, you always check exponents after parentheses, but we don't have any exponents in this expression, so we're going to move on to multiplication and division. Now I'm going to write multiplication and division next to each other, and that's because you're going to conduct these interchangeably. Whichever one's going to come first in your expression, you will complete. So when you're reading your expression from left to right, just like you would read a sentence, you're going to conduct either multiplication or division as they show up in the expression. Now, since we don't have division, we're going to go right to multiplication. So we have 8 times 1. Now, 8 times 1 equals 8. But again, to stay organized, I'm going to rewrite this expression. You always want to rewrite it to make sure that you're keeping all of your information together. All right, after you've completed the multiplication and division in your expression, you're going to move to addition and subtraction. And just like multiplication, you're going to complete your addition and subtraction starting with the left and moving to the right. Now in this case, we only have addition, so we can go ahead and add our expression together. 6 plus 5 equals 11, plus 8 equals 19. So we have successfully used the order of operations to evaluate this expression and prove that it has a value of 19. Let's walk through another example together. 7 plus 1 plus 8 minus 0 divided by 3. All right, let's look at our order of operations. We have our parentheses that we're going to be completing first. 7 plus 1. 7 plus 1 equals 8. Now I'm going to rewrite this expression so that I can stay organized. 8 plus 8 minus 0 divided by 3. All right, now I'm going to look for any other parentheses, and since I don't have any other parentheses, I'm going to put a check mark next to my P so I can move on to exponents. We don't have any exponents, so I'm going to put a check mark next to exponents and move on. Next, we have multiplication or division. So I'm going to start with the left and scan through until I find multiplication or division. And since we have division, I'm going to divide 0 by 3. Now remember, anytime you divide 0 by a number, it's going to have a value of 0. So now I'm going to go through and rewrite this expression again after I've completed my multiplication and division. So I have 8 plus 8 minus 0. All right, now we're able to move on to addition and subtraction. So starting with the left-hand side, we're going to work our way through this equation, completing the addition and subtraction as we reach it. 8 plus 8 equals 16 minus 0 equals 16. So we've now gone through each of our steps in this expression to be able to evaluate it for a value of 16. Let's try a practice problem together. I want you to evaluate this expression on the screen. Well, we know we're going to start with parentheses. And since we have two sets of parentheses, we're going to start with our set of parentheses on the left. 5 plus 1 equals 6. And then 5 plus 0 equals 5. So now I'm going to rewrite this expression now that I've filled in the value for each set of parentheses. 6 times 5. Well, now we can go ahead and evaluate this expression because we only have one operation left to conduct. 6 times 5 equals 30. Great job! Let's practice a word problem together. Emma is working on evaluating an expression. She finishes her work, then checks her answer. Her teacher tells her that she has made a mistake. Can you find her mistake? Well, this is the expression she was given. 8 times 3 plus 24 divided by 6 minus 0. So she's working with all four operations. Her first step, she multiplies 8 times 3 to get 24. Then she rewrites the expression. Her second step, she adds 24 plus 24 to get 48. Then she rewrites the expression. And her third step, she divides 48 by 6 to get 8 and rewrites her expression. Her final answer is 8. Where did she go wrong? Let's try working through this problem together to see if we can find where she made her mistake. We're going to start with a clean expression over here. Well, if we're working with order of operations, we know we do parentheses first. We don't have any parentheses and we don't have any exponents, so now we're going to work on multiplication and division. We start at the left and move our way right. Multiplication comes first. 8 times 3 equals 24. We then continue on until we find another set of multiplication or division. And we have division right here. 24 divided by 6 equals 4. Uh-oh, it looks like Emma got the first step, but she forgot the division. Let's continue on. We're now going to rewrite the rest of the expression. Our next step is completing addition and subtraction, starting with the left and working our way to the right. 24 plus 4 equals 28. Minus 0 equals 28. So the value of this expression is actually 28, not 8, because Emma forgot her order of operations and she forgot to complete her division. Let's review what you've learned in today's lesson. When you're trying to evaluate an expression, you need to remember order of operations. You first look for a set of parentheses, and as you can see in our example, we have a set of parentheses. So we have 8 plus 4, which equals 12. After you've gone through your parentheses, you want to rewrite the expression. 12 minus 6 divided by 2. Once you've completed your parentheses, you look for exponents. If you don't have any exponents, then you move to multiplication and division. Whichever one comes first in the equation, you will conduct first. So as we scroll through this expression, we see that we have division. So 6 divided by 2 equals 3. And I'm going to again rewrite the expression so we have 12 minus 3. Lastly, you're going to complete addition and subtraction. Again, just like multiplication and division, you're going to start at the left and move your way to the right. Since we only have two numbers, it's pretty straightforward. 12 minus 3 equals 9.